channel. Today I am going to recap and give comments on episodes 3 and 4 of Lovecatcher. I honestly don't even know where to start because so much has happened. Compared to other shows like Too Hot to Handle, Singles Inferno, the format is very simple and straightforward. And the way those shows are formatted allows the viewers to really focus in on just the contestants' relationships and their personalities. However, in Lovecatcher, not only do I need to figure out who's interested in who, but I also need to figure out who's in it for the money and who's in it for the love, which adds another layer of investigation that it distracts me from focusing on the love and relationship part of the show. It's not a bad thing, it's not a critique, it's just an observation I made. The show starts out in each episode giving a question to the commentators and to the viewers. So the two questions, which I'll tell you the answer at the end of the video. For episode 3, the first question was, is Jiyeon a love catcher or a money catcher? Now, this question was really interesting because they actually reveal at the end of episode 3 whether she really is a money or love catcher. And this is the first contestant where they're revealing her identity. All the other contestants, we have no idea still. In episode 4, the question was, which guy is the most suspicious of being a money catcher? And this question was asked amongst the whole cast, and the commentators had to guess who got the most votes amongst the cast. So every episode starts with this question, and then they do a couple challenge where they group together couples. In episode 2, they actually assign the couples based on the outfits, but in episodes 3 and 4, the couples are actually assigned by the producers. Very interesting because you'll see when I tell you who's paired up with who in the next challenges that it's very intentional how the producers paired the couples. And the purpose of these challenges is so that they can determine a winner, and those winners earn the right to go into the room of secrets where they get to learn a secret of whoever they want. So it's a big deal, and that's essentially one strategy of how to determine whether someone's a money or love catcher. But to be honest, I don't think it's helpful at all. I honestly think the producers threw in this room of secrets to throw the contestants off and make it even more confusing. Even the commentators on the show get frustrated and are frazzled when they hear the secrets because it's not helpful whatsoever. Okay, so in episode 3, the first challenge is really cute. They pair the couples and they have to drive together to an unknown destination. That destination ends up being a baking class where they're taught to make a fruit tart, and then the couple with the best fruit tart wins the challenge. Let me break down the couples for this first challenge. The first grouping, Sungwoo and Hwangwon were one couple, and then Robin and Chaewon were one couple. A lot has happened in the past few episodes, but let me summarize it for you. Currently, Sungwoo is interested in Hwangwon, and Robin is also interested in Hwangwon. Hwangwon seems to be interested in both Sungwoo and Robin at the same time as well. Now, before they even go on this challenge, there is a scene where Robin asks Hwangwon on a little iced Americano date. Very thoughtful. I gotta say, Robin, regardless if he's a money or love catcher, is by far the best at initiating getting to know the woman on the show. He's very thoughtful and considerate, and he's smooth. Like, we gotta give credit when credit's due.
나 이거 종합 강의하거든.
아 진짜?
이거 일단 그래도
Which makes me believe he's a money catcher, but we'll get to that. So, back to the date. He asks her on an iced Americano date, and they're chit-chatting, getting to know each other, drinking their iced Americanos, when all of a sudden, Sungwoo pops out of nowhere with his little coffee or tea.
앉아도 되겠니? 자리가 없어.
Okay, does anyone remember on Singles Inferno, Shun, when he tried to third wheel with Chia and Kyungjun? That's the vibe. That's the vibe we're getting. He's not even sitting at the same table. He sits behind their table on a separate chair.
아니야, 야, 밥은 먹었니, 니네?
He's at a distance where it's not too far, but not close enough.
원래 뭐 먹어?
Did I hear rubies? Sorry, it's kind of hard to hear from far away. Can you speak up louder? Note to everyone who's watching, if you see someone you're interested on a date with another guy, or not even a date, just talking with another guy, maybe wait until she's done talking to him and then go talk to her, because I just can never see a good scenario where interrupting a date or an intimate conversation would benefit you. I just don't see how that could turn out well. Now the next grouping of couples, it gets spicier, guys. Chaeun and Jiyeon are a couple, and then Hongchang and Choin. Okay, now just to recap, you guys, Chaeun and Choim has been interested in each other from the first episode, and they were even a couple in the first challenge. But however, there was a brief moment when Cheon and Choim were cooking together in the kitchen, and Cheon had come, made ramyeon. Long story short, she ended up eating ramyeon alone in the kitchen while those two were cooking together, and Cheon immediately focused his attention on Cheon. And I think he felt sympathetic towards her at first because she kind of got ditched and she was like eating ramyeon so sadly. Guys, Cheon has the face where she barely has to put any effort. I think men's hearts just melt when they see her. She has such an innocent baby face. She looks like a damsel in distress. Like, they just want to help her. I think a lot of, especially the older men on the show, they gravitate to her instantly. So the fact that he got paired up with Cheon for this challenge made her as it would for any woman.
아, 스트레스 푼다. 스트레스 풀어. 화났어요. 밀고 이렇게 넣는 거. 이렇게 해서.
아니 힘들어요? 뭐가 힘들어요?
So the winners ended up being Hongchang and Choim.
1등입니다.
The second challenge in episode 4 was similar to the baking challenge, but this time they get to make couple rings, which is really funny because literally every couple that got paired up this round, none of them were compatible, and except for one. Only one of them actually acted like they were on a cute little date, which was Robin and Hwanglan.
누구랑 만들어봤을 것 같아?
전 여자친구?
저는 아니야.
전전.
Cheon is paired up with Chaewon, and Cheon, she's such a good sport. She actually ends up being one of my favorite contestants so far, but she's being such a good sport. She's like trying to be playful, and he's just like yawning 24/7, barely talking. This makes me think back to the scene in the beginning of the episode. Cheon was in the kitchen about to cook breakfast for everyone. Choim, she also ends up going into the living room to stretch, and she actually like tries to have a conversation with him, but he's giving very dead-ended responses. I have never seen such a beautiful woman work this hard. She even sees a dead moth on the floor and starts freaking out.
나방 멈춰.
Every woman knows this move. Who else has pretend to be like, oh my god, there's a bug, and then the guy will come and like kill it for you, and you're like, thank you. Oh my god, save me, save me. Whoa. The winners of this challenge was Cheun and Chaewon.
원 커플입니다.
채훈 씨 누구 볼까?
제일 궁금해.
So for the first challenge, the baking challenge, Hong Chang and Choim won. So Hong Chang, he went into the room of secrets and selected Chaewon. When she was asked when her last relationship was, she was saying how it was actually very recent, like only a few months ago. She started to tear up as she was explaining how her ex was just very busy all the time, kind of insinuating that was the reason why they broke up. The producers also had asked her, oh, if the prize was a large sum of money, would you take the money? She said she would consider it, but most likely no. But then again, her friends did encourage her, like, you should think about yourself first and just go for the money. But again, like, her response was kind of vague and it's hard to tell. Now, Choim, she ended up picking Cheun to find out his secret. The producer asked Cheun if he believes he can find true love within 8 days. And he said, to be honest, that's really a short time. And he's the type of guy who likes to observe first when he's interested in someone and take the time to get to know him. But he does believe in destiny. And then again, like, the producers asked all the contestants a question about the prize money, so they also asked him, like, what would you do? Like, would you take the money or no? And he actually paused for a bit and said how he's a little conflicted.
상금은 3천만 원에서 5천만 원 사이가 될 것 같아요.
어떻게 구별을 할 수 있을 것 같아요?
저라도 어차피 비슷비슷한 생각을 하고 올 테니까 보면 돼요.
So the second couple who won the ring challenge, Chaewon, she also got to go to the room of secrets and she picked out, the producers asked Nino in his video clip, would you choose true love or money? And he said he would pick true love. However, the producers asked him again, what if you weren't so desperately in love? What if you were just like, would you take the money then? And he was like, oh, okay, well, if I'm not that much in love with her, then I'd probably take the money. None of these secrets help us. Okay, and then Cheun, he ends up picking Choim to learn about her secret. Now, the producers asked Choim, if you won the prize money, what would you use it for? And she said she would use the money to invest back into her dance team. The second half of the clip, the producers also asked her about how she felt about the show's format. And she actually responds saying how that does worry her a bit because she's the type of person who gets played easily. I really don't get what the point of these secrets are. To summarize, any other final things that happen at the end of these 2 episodes, it's chaotic, guys. Like, at least Singles Inferno had less people. I guess it's not that they were more decisive because a lot of the contestants on that show were also really indecisive. There was more room to be reserved and careful about who they wanted to approach and get to know more. On this show, because of the money catcher aspect, I think people feel more rushed and anxious, so it causes them to like react very quickly, and it's almost too quick to keep up with. So a lot of people like flip-flop about who they're interested in. I was going to end the episode with an updated list of who I think are the 5 money catchers, but I'll be honest, guys, it keeps changing and I have no idea. No idea. Let's just enjoy the show. Let's just enjoy talking about the show because I'm not I give up trying to be investigator Michelle. I'm actually having more fun watching this show than watching Singles Inferno because it's just very dynamic and unpredictable. So I highly encourage anyone, again, if you haven't watched it, please watch it with me. You won't regret it. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
Guys. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I literally just realized I forgot to film the answer for the 2 questions. I already took off my makeup, put on my skincare. I'm even doing a face mask right now, guys. I exfoliated. So the answer that you have all been waiting for. So the first question was, is Jiyeon a love catcher or a money catcher? Money catcher. She was a love catcher. I know. Tambi! Tambi! Oh, God. Tambi. What are your thoughts? Let the viewers know. Now, the second question was, who did the contestants all vote for as the guy who is most likely to be a money catcher? Turns out everyone voted for Sungwoo.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do